What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're outside going to be working on the F-150 once again. This is going to be tech tip number 3. The whole truck is going to get a wash, but specifically I wanted to show you guys how to get your wheels and tires to shine. The goal for this, for the wheels and tires to go from this to this. What's up guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome to another episode of Tech Tips. Tech Tips number 3. Today's tip is going to be on how to clean your own wheels and tires from home, and to do it for relatively cheap. The stuff I'm going to be showing you, you could be able to do it for less than 20 bucks. If this is your first time watching Tech Tips, I encourage you to watch the first 2. I'll have those linked in the description below. That'll kind of get you to how we got to this point. With that being said, let's go ahead and start looking at some pictures and photos of the vehicle we're going to be working on today. So what we're going to be working on is my personal vehicle, a 2016 Ford F150 Platinum Edition. Now throughout this video I'll show you more than just my truck, but I wanted to do mine because it was absolutely filthy, as you guys can see, and it always looks good when you are able to clean up at least the wheels and tires on any vehicle. If that's all you have time to do for that day, it'll really make your vehicle pop for the time being. So with that being said, let's go ahead and start looking over some of the products we're going to go over and just the way I do it. So the first product I want to highlight for you guys is going to be Black Magic. I like it because you can basically use it on any wheel. It's pH balanced and it's safe for, plasti dip, painted, powder coated, should be safe on all of your wheels. That's why I use it on my stuff. Now I don't use this as much on your guys' vehicles or motorcycles because of the negative reviews it gets on Amazon. People are saying it doesn't take the brake dust off, it doesn't do this, it doesn't do that. Using all the different ones I've used, I don't care how expensive or how cheap it is like this, you will not be able to get all brake dust off by just spraying it on and then rinsing it off 5 minutes later. You're gonna have to agitate it. Black Magic, I'll put it in the description. It's cheaper, it's safe on everything, cheaper so you can use a lot of it, which I do, but you're gonna have to agitate, so keep that in mind. Next product I'll highlight, this is Ethos Wheel Cleaner, pretty popular amongst auto enthusiasts, other auto detailers as well. This stuff is nice, that you guys can see it's a nice green color. When you spray it on, it's that bright green, and then you wait a few minutes and then the green turns to the purple, showing you where the brake dust is. So again, if you were to just spray this on, let it go from green to purple, rinse it off, you're still going to have brake dust, your wheels are still going to look dirty. Difference between the Ethos and the Black Magic, $4, $16. 16 ounces, 23 ounces. So you guys be the judge. I think they give me kind of the same results in the end, but some people want to spend a little bit more money on this because they think it does a better job. I think they both do, a good job. So this is Maxima SC1. They basically advertise it as new bike in a can. This stuff is really slippery, which is why if I'm using it on motorcycles, I'm only going to use it on your guys' engine cases, your forks, maybe some plastics, but nothing that your hands or feet or your thighs on your tank are going to touch. So it'll make everything extremely shiny, but it is extremely slippery. So I'll put it on wheels when I'm done as like a top coat because it's so slippery. Nothing really sticks to it. You get a little bit longer between cleanings. Then you can actually spray this directly onto rubber as well, and then just leave it on there as a dressing so you don't need to wipe it off. So this will be everywhere else. Spray on, wait about a minute, and then buff with a microfiber pad. This is relatively cheap as well if you guys are looking to get something like this, and you can get it pretty much everywhere. Okay guys, now that we've given the wheels a nice rinse, we'll go ahead and start spraying on our wheel cleaner of our choice. So for my truck, I'm going to go ahead and just use Black Magic. Like I said, it's a little bit cheaper. and I can just spray a ton on because there's more in it than most wheel cleaning bottles. I'll go ahead and let that sit for a little bit, and then I'll go ahead and start agitating. So when I do it, I go ahead and spray it on the wheels and the tires. Your tires will look good after you rinse it, but if you don't put anything on or if you don't scrub them, they'll basically look really brown compared to your case, or in my case, my wheels are black as well, so I have brown tires and black wheels. It just wouldn't look good. I'll go ahead and use my coarse hair brush, and I'll start scrubbing the actual rubber on the tire itself. Next, we'll go inside and we'll grab our our medium coarse brush and do the rim of the wheel with that and the face. Next, I'll go ahead and grab the wheel woolly. On some cars, like the Subaru WRX I did, the woolly was long enough to actually get all the way to the back side. Most of the time you're going to miss the back side unless you actually take the entire wheel off itself, which I would recommend if you could do, just to get both sides of that wheel. And then last, we'll go ahead and use the detail brush. Go ahead and get all the finer details on the lugs themselves, all the little in-between spots that you just could not get. It's really easy to miss spots as you guys are going. So one thing that I would recommend is find the valve stem on the wheel and tire combo that you're working on, and then go from that spot and either go clockwise or counterclockwise until you get back to that spot. That's the easiest way to go ahead and start making a pattern. Now what I'll do is, after I do one wheel, I've kind of figured out how I want to do it. By the time I get to the second wheel, I'm kind of a pro on how I want to do the wheels. I know what's going to be challenging, what brush is going to work best where, and then I'll go ahead and repeat that pattern throughout. So as you guys can see on the second wheel I do here, I got my pattern down a little bit better. I'll do that same pattern on my next two wheels as well. Then I'll just go back up and touch up that first wheel. That way I know I've done the same pattern on all four wheels, and that way I didn't miss any spots. Now what I like to do after I dry them is, if I have time, I'll let the wheels and tires sit overnight. Everything looks good when it's wet, everything looks good when you just wipe it down. It's when it naturally air dries when you're going to see spots that you did miss. So going into the next day, everything looked pretty good. So I'm going to show you guys the two different ways that I go ahead and actually clean, that I put final touches on the wheels and tires. So the first way I'm going to show you guys is doing it with application pad and a product called Tire Wet. Again, find it anywhere, it'll be in the link in the description. So I like this, and I prefer to do it this way versus the Maxima SC1, just because I don't like using aerosols when I'm done with the entire vehicle. I'm usually going to put the dressing, the final touches on wheels and tires at the very end, right before a customer comes. Alright, we'll go ahead and use the Tire Wet, spray that directly onto the applicator pad. Again, go ahead and figure out a pattern. My tires are the Cooper STT Pros, so they're pretty aggressive, have an aggressive sidewall, so it kind of makes it a little bit more difficult to just make one clean sweep all the way around. So what I'll do is make one sweep all the way around before those side lugs, and then I'll go back in between it and grab every single one so it looks nice, as you guys can see in the picture here. Now with the same process, I'll go ahead and spray some more onto the applicator pad, and I'm just going to put this directly onto the wheel. Now I know other people do something similar to this. I think it looks really good on black. Again, these are my wheels. I'm not doing it to the customer's wheels. I'll use the SC1 on theirs if they want anything like that. Most of the time they look clean enough just from using the brushes and the wheel cleaner itself. But I like my black to stick out a little bit more on the wheels, so that's why I do this. Again, we'll go ahead and find a pattern, go around and make sure we got everything touched, and then we'll use a microfiber at the end to go ahead and make sure that it's an even application all the way across. Now on tire number 2, I'll go ahead and show you guys how I use it with the SC1. So this tire is in the same state as the last one. Go ahead and just spray it directly on to the wheel. Let it sit about a minute and then go ahead and buff it off. I chose not to use the SC1 on my tires, but you could go ahead and do so. There's directions for that right on the can. Basically spray it on wet and leave it wet, and it should leave you guys a nice coating. Alright, if this is your first time watching tech tips, I really recommend you go back and watch the other two first. They kind of get you up to where we are now, kind of building blocks of tools that we're going to keep using as we progress through this series. But if you like what you've seen so far, go ahead and smash that like button and the subscribe as well. Absolutely free to you guys, and it really helps my channel out. If you would like to see your vehicle detailed on the next episode of Clean Machine, go ahead and check me out on Facebook where all my contact information is. Just search Clean Machine Auto Detailing and I should pop right up for you. I'm located about 20 miles south of Madison, Wisconsin, and I'm open for both car, truck, and motorcycle detailing. Thank you so much for watching. Enjoy your day.